This is Mike riffing Unknown World. Oh, someone left the credits out in the rain. I don't think I could take them. It took too long to make them. Yeah, original. Conan Doyle, Jules Verne, H.G. Wells. Who? Stay gold, Ernest. Stay gold. Ziegler and Furlick. They're cops in Dusseldorf. That's a lot of first initials. This can't be a coincidence. They must have lost a bet with the sound artists. Shirts versus skins, played at 21. Losers can't use their full first names. Huh, Brian Griffin's in parentheses down there in the lower left. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-A-Y-E-R, Mickey Meyer. Mickey Meyer. Rabin and Block, they're cops. Anywhere. Okay, something about cursive writing resists melting. I'm gonna need that explained. Don't laugh, Murdoch. It's no dumber than an iPad newspaper. Well, in all fairness, the Atom was here first. Oh, wonderful. Straight to stock footage. That's always a good sign.
What the future will bring, no man can say.
Well, it'll rain eventually, you could say that.
Mankind stands at the crucial crossroads of history, the threshold of a new era, the atomic age. For the people of
That's a heck of a setup for rock washing.
Science and technology, the atomic age is profoundly significant. Across a continent enormous in its agricultural potential.
Oh no, it's a Cornet short film.
The rich cities have reared towers into the sky, have spun intricate networks of highways across the land.
Also, frozen yogurt. You gotta give us credit for that.
Has grown increasingly productive, making possible a good way of life. With assurance, Americans look with an abiding...
Let us pray for this movie.
For many, citizen and scientist alike.
They're showing hydroelectric dams and talking about atomic energy. I'm guessing we're looking at a little less science than fiction.
The paralyzing panic of our time.
We're panicked.
To the perplexing question of the atom and its implications, the people have turned their attention to the forum of public affairs, have sought to...
free guitar lesson.
To find the facts, or to listen to men of science.
Like me.
Like Dr. Jeremiah Morley, famed geologist, the embattled founder of the now defunct Society to Save Civilization.
And Chick Magnet.
Morley, who told a Los Angeles audience that
a series of atomic explosions, either accidental or deliberate,
you suck! Bring out Gallagher!
To annihilate every man, woman, and child on the face of the earth. It could cause the death of every living thing.
Which, except for the cast of The Celebrity Apprentice, would be a bad thing.
Morley took a dim view of history, recalled the tragically repetitious story.
Everybody loves Raymond?
Fall of all past civilizations. Said Morley, modern civilization could, by the phenomenon of atomic fission, be brought to dust and ashes.
Was history as minor?
If a bomb were detonated at the Empire State Building, the area of total destruction would cover an area of 2 miles.
3 miles if there's no traffic.
Now, since the A-bomb is already obsolete, consider the area of total destruction of an H-bomb.
Take a moment.
And science has promised us bombs 1,000 times more powerful.
It's like a W-bomb, right?
With radioactivity, all the air and water of this earth. This could mean not only the end of our own civilization, but the very possibility of any future civilization. What are we going to do about it?
Run!
I'll tell you what I'm going to do about it. I have a plan. A plan to preserve human life on this planet.
It's called aluminum
I
siding.
hope you will join with me in carrying it out.
Oh, yeah.
The response to Dr. Morley's appeal was immediate and enthusiastic. The Society to Save Civilization was set up.
To take the fall.
To its headquarters flocked amateur do-gooders and professional scientists.
I splurged and got an espresso maker.
A staff of experts. Dr. Max A. Bauer, eminent geophysicist, ousted by Hitler from the University of Munich in 1933.
Although his thesis was on hair restoration, so arguably...
Twice winner of the McKenna Scientific Award. Joan Lindsay, medical doctor and ardent feminist, who, for her research in biochemistry, was named winner of the annual award by the American Confederation of Women Scientists.
LinkedIn.com, the motion picture.
Dr. George Coleman, authority on soil conservation.
In the 50s, that just meant keeping a pile of dirt here and there.
Andrew Ostengard, sandhog, explosives expert, Marine veteran of World War II.
And he smells
It was
nice.
This team, qualified each in his own way, that helped set in motion Morley's audacious project, a daringly planned program, which he took 3 months later to the board of directors of the Carlyle Foundation.
Unfortunately, the only pro-nuclear war foundation in the country, it pays to do a little reading in advance.
A temporary haven, a promise of hope that, come what may, life can be sustained deep within the earth itself. Far below.
We thought this was about a timeshare. It was only supposed to be an hour.
We have a team ready for the effort. All we lack are funds.
Oh, and we need pudding
Can we get them
cups.
from your foundation?
Dr. Morley, I believe it would expedite matters if I were to ask the questions. We're laymen, you know.
I mean, we watch Mythbusters,
First of
but...
all, isn't the inside of the Earth solid?
Well, that explains how things stay up. How did I miss that?
The interior of the earth is made up of vast caverns and air pockets, joined by natural avenues leading from the surface.
Natural avenues?
I just said that.
Fissures. Such a fissure lies within the world's largest extinct volcano at Mount Nelly. That is where we intend to start our journey.
Well, from the Mount Nelly Howard Johnson's is where we'll actually start.
Hundreds of miles, perhaps thousands, to the very core of the earth.
But isn't the inside of the Earth, the very core, a molten, fiery mass?
To the contrary.
It's very nice this time of year.
The theory holds that the inside of a sphere, such as the Earth, is cooler than the temperature at its surface.
Which is why lava is so frosty.
How to traverse these thousands of miles?
Dr. Coleman, the perspective drawings, please.
This is a cyclotron.
A what?
It's an amphibious conveyance based
All of its
on the
design
principle
features are
of
fortune
ovoidal
cookie
path.
Chinese proverbs.
A what?
Like a submarine, with the mobility of a tractor.
And a bitchin' set of rims.
Contains a burrowing device, and its walls can withstand extremes of temperature and pressure.
Just think of this the next
Even
time you
with the
complain about
cyclotron,
PowerPoint.
the bathysphere of the whatnot. How do you know you'll be successful in finding this underground haven?
We don't know, but we must try. There is no other alternative, no other course, no other hope of keeping the spark of life alive.
Except going to the moon, or underwater cities, or maybe just not blowing up the ones we have. Look, I'm flexible. Did you bring a check with you, or... Do you really need leopard seat covers?
That's a lot of money, Dr. Morley. Well, surely you don't expect...
But we do.
Pretty please?
I know you and your committee mean well.
Meanwhile, next you'll be calling us starry-eyed idealists.
Dr. Lindsay, you're out of order.
This whole presentation is out of order.
Suppose you and your associates consented, right?
We couldn't have said it wrong if we tried.
The appropriation was denied.
We just saw
To
that.
carry on his work, Dr. Morley issued repeated appeals to the members of the organization.
I could call someone who cares with this.
And so, last week, the Society to Save Civilization was itself extinct. And one of its leaders, of Professor Jeremiah Morley and his enthusiastic colleagues.
We're
Where were
enthusiastic.
they headed after a year of devotion to a lost but spectacular cause? To newsreel reporters, Dr. Morley had only this to say.
We have no plans. We have no hope.
We don't even have a door with our name on it. I loved that. Back in the 50s, if you agreed to be part of a test audience, they would actually put you in the movie.
Better stand by, Frank. We may want to run that again.
It would take padding the film to a whole new level.
What do you think?
It's like asking a man what he thinks of his own obituary.
Well, obituaries
liked it,
generally
dear.
say nice
Or its
things.
release, in case you had any objections.
Now he thinks of our objections.
You've been crucifying us for a year, Mr. Thompson, in the newspapers you edit, the magazines you publish, and the syndicates you control.
And your one-man show off Broadway was the icing on the cake.
Just a minute, gentlemen. You seem to have me confused with my father. He dictates the policies of our publications.
Like father, like son.
Nothing, Dr. Bauer, could be more unscientific. As a matter of fact, my father and I never see eye to eye on anything.
So
You think I want to keep Mark Trail? Nobody reads it.
Quite the contrary. My father has all the virtues of our society. He makes the money, I spend it.
Not bad work if you can
Large
find it.
occupation.
Oh, I have no occupation. I'm strict.
You wouldn't.
That idea of yours, Dr. Morley, about exploring the inside of the Earth.
It's the only idea
You know,
so far.
I'd like to try that. Just for the kicks.
I'm sure you wouldn't find it very exciting.
Oh, I don't know.
Can I bring my PSP?
Gentlemen, I came here tonight with a proposition. I have some money of my own. I would like to finance your project.
Are you serious?
Sit down, my boy. There's one stipulation, however.
Drop them.
I go with you.
Oh, this just turned into even more of a sausage fest.
I'm afraid you don't realize what you'd be up against.
Going 1,000 miles inside the Earth. Just to satisfy a whim?
Gentlemen, you act as if the fate of humanity hung upon you granting me this whim.
Oh, make fun of us, huh? Well, we're storming out. Wait, where's the door? We just saw that. Stop telling us things we know. Wow, it's a good thing they know how to split the atom or they wouldn't... Hey, wait a
Plans
minute.
for the expedition are being completed ahead of schedule. And Morley is pleased with our progress.
Are they trimming the Earth's nose hairs?
Adequate nutrition in concentrated form has been perfected. And for an auxiliary water supply, the Sloan H2O condenser will be used.
I wonder if that works with K-cups.
By the study of our laboratory animals in a new environment, we expect to gather important scientific data.
Or, in a pinch, mittens.
At last, the cyclotram is ready to be loaded aboard the SS Aurora.
Oh, I was wondering how they were going to transport the... Just go underground already!
Our destination, the extinct volcano Mount Nele, where the inside of the Earth begins. This was our base, a lonely, desolate beach at the foot of the extinct volcano.
Ugh. I brought my trunks, but the weather's lousy.
Well, let's go.
I like the nightlife, baby! Poor guy just realized once they go underground, they won't be able to pad the film with stock footage. Not to nitpick, but shouldn't the drill be bigger than the fuselage? Either that or the windshield wiper better be awesome. The in-flight magazine's the same as when we left, and I didn't stop by the newsstand. Ugh. Oh no, they hung a pina colada air freshener from the mirror. It's gonna stink the whole trip.
What a place to spend our last night on Earth.
You sound like we'll all be dead in the morning.
It's a possibility. We stay here.
They should have recruited a scientist who specialized in happy. Must be steam, seeing how the inside of the Earth is so cold.
Take the controls. Follow the ridge line. Keep out of the ravines. Descend at an angle of not more than 33 degrees.
And stay in the right lane. Our exit is coming up. Wait, I think I just put us in the delicate cycle.
Something's wrong.
The Earth isn't hollow, the center is molten metal, and the Cold War will end with a concert at the Berlin Wall. Are there more than 4 letters? And should we be steering by spirograph? Or by Pong?
Now try it.
You might want to let the guy who knows how to turn it on drive for the first leg of the trip. Alright, the first attempt at creating tension does not bode well for the rest of this film.
1,000 RPM. And follow our chart plan, R4.
Wait, inside the volcano?
Check.
Did I miss a memo? I gotta pee. Another Cracker Barrel?
What's our elevation now?
Approaching 6,300 feet. Angle of ascent, 19 degrees.
Speed constant, 2,100 RPM.
Somehow we're still getting Jim Rome.
I wonder how long this iron lung is going to hold up.
You can still beg out.
Ah, you can't get rid of me so easily.
Except with the restraining order. Learned that lesson the hard way.
Give me a reading on the forward rotational unit.
We're up to 9,000. Climbing at 24 mph. Angle 31 degrees.
At that rate, we'll make the summit in 4 hours.
You'll make a sandwich in 4 hours? Hope it's at least toasted or something.
Dr. Mullen, we are meeting some unstable isotopes.
Is everything a wavy line of some sort?
Increase the lateral units in 12,000.
Hey, this is getting rough.
And I forgot to put a little band-aid behind my ear.
We're approaching position R4.
Our computations show an error of less than plus 0.14.
Okay, so we've had some meaningless technobabble, so is it time to... Yes! Another exterior shot of it climbing normally. And another one! And another one! Groundhog Day didn't have as many repeat shots as this movie. It's like Barnabas Collins got a Humvee.
5 hours and 27 minutes.
Excellent. 33 minutes ahead of our estimated schedule.
They're scheduling in half-hour intervals? Do they have dinner reservations at the Earth's core? So to check their position, they have to stop, and all of them climb out and look. Glad these guys didn't plan the moon landing.
Sure glad the professor picked this volcano for our expedition. Maybe this one could come to life, too. Nah, not a chance. No bet on it.
These are very pessimistic people. Meanwhile, in Wuthering Heights... I'm guessing this shot isn't going to have a payoff.
Concerned. There's no reason for us to wait till dawn. We'll proceed into the crater now.
Traveling to the center of the Earth, yes, dawn would be irrelevant. So, checking the position meant looking down.
Just one last look at the Earth.
Yeah.
Should we have brought a camera?
What a way to remember it.
Sober.
Downward spiral. Keep to the inside ledges. Speed 1200 RPM.
Crack a window. It's stuffy back there. What were we thinking? Wait, this volcano is about as shallow as a cereal bowl.
Brother, it's really black out there.
You're going through the Earth. Did you expect track lighting? Well, it's neither metric nor Swedish, so maybe the set designer shouldn't try so hard. So is the x-axis the pollen count?
Deeper into the volcano. I've observed no unusual physical symptoms.
People have antlers, right?
Withdrawn, irritable, but with such an annoyance as like Thompson present, the condition may not be considered abnormal.
Of course, he is asleep, so...
The descending ledges are getting awfully narrow. We must be at position R18.
R18?
Yeah,
Wait, are
we
these
are.
bus stops?
switch it.
What are we doing? The In the Name of Love button is on the other side.
Doing some hiking now. Better have some breakfast.
Oh, they thought birth control pills would be laid out like a calendar instead of a circle, probably cause... Oh, wait, meal pills. 50s sci-fi cliche. My bad.
Rise and shine.
I was dreaming of killing you for the only woman.
Morning. How can you tell?
Served.
Breakfast. Well, I've always said there's nothing like starting off a hard day's work than with a good breakfast.
And plenty of tobacco.
Hey, Doc?
How would you know?
You don't like my kind of guy, do you?
Oh no, they're gonna do the love-hate banter thing with this lousy dialogue. Ugh, I think I may need to gargle something.
We'll scout the way on foot for you. Follow on down along the widest leg.
Hi ho, this makes no sense, we know.
Watch that, it's loose. What's the matter?
I don't like it.
So yeah,
What did you expect in here? A Garden of Eden?
baby.
Talking about volcanoes, I mean Wright Thompson. He doesn't belong here.
He's not crabby enough.
We're doing what has to be done.
He doesn't feel that responsibility. He's just a useless piece of excess baggage, a selfish thrill seeker.
But without him, there'd be no expedition. Pardon me.
See, this is why scientists get a bad rap for their social skills.
Kind of deep down there, isn't it?
You're in the Earth, it's deep down everywhere. Beat you to the center of the Earth.
Nice friendly bunch, those scientists. Oh, what's your trouble? Oh, nothing, but don't they ever talk?
Well, Toastmasters is every Thursday.
That's the way it is with smart people. Maybe they're not so smart. Maybe they don't know what they're doing down here. Listen, Buster. Each one of them has taught at more colleges than you flunked out of. Now, what are you doing down here among all those brains?
Well, there was an ad in the... Hey!
I managed to make myself useful. It might be well if you did the same thing.
Doing what?
This.
If you can't accessorize, you don't belong.
You lead the way for a while.
I understand this is supposed to be character building, but this is to save the human race, and we've established he has no skills, so maybe they could start him out with some paperwork, some light filing.
We've hit Bob. Rockman.
I doubt that.
Hello, Coleman.
Oh, should I have brought a book?
Go ahead.
We've reached the end of the channel. Establish our position.
Our depth below mean sea level, 2.6 miles.
They have to go thousands of miles? At this rate, this movie will be longer than Dr. Zhivago. Is that a penny? How the...
The Angstrom Underground Geological Expedition reached this point June 12, 1938, and was unable to proceed further. Why anyone who follows us should want to go further, we do not know, but we assume that they have good reason for doing so. Good luck.
This plan is so stupid the past is telling them it's dumb.
He'd know the reason.
The world has changed since 1938.
The world has changed since yesterday. We better get to work.
Working at what? You drive and you walk around. There's a bowling alley down there.
Look!
Oh, lovely ambiance.
That's pressure from the other volcano. We'll have to work this side.
Oh, that cuts our meandering options by 50%. The human race is doomed.
Paxton!
Yes, Dr. Morley?
Which one are you?
Start making density readings on that wall over there.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like the Earth has emphysema.
This is it. The point of least resistance.
Okay, Andy.
We found the Earth's tickle spot.
I'm ready.
We'll all go back to the cyclotram.
Oh, back in here again? It's like Murder on the Orient Express, only with one car and no murder.
Fuses 1 and 2 set.
Alright, this better be cool looking or we're out of here. Alright, we're out of here.
I wonder what we'll be running into.
There's only one way to find out.
Magic 8 ball. Hey, Manny, screw you. Okay, I hate to turn this into a plot point wine fest, but are they going to have to jump out of the ship and walk around looking for weak spots every time they need to drill through rock all the way to the center of the Earth? Did they think the Earth had a creamy nougat center?
Looks like a tunnel.
This is an odd time for a Rorschach test.
So far, so good. Put on your gas mask just in case. Coleman, we'll set the pace. You follow along with the cyclotron.
Why are they walking? Do they need to get their hiking merit badge? You know, if they run into prisoners who are forced to stare at shadows on a cave wall, and they let the prisoners go, and the prisoners realize that reality is far different from their perceptions, Plato's whole metaphor is ruined. So, bocce break?
The air is fresh and clear. You can take your masks off.
Wait, I farted. You might want to keep them on for a minute.
Pressure seems normal.
If it were abnormal, we would have died instantly when we took off our masks and, are we sure we're scientists? Have we checked that?
Lead. That's exactly what we're going to find out. Lead the way, Andy.
Which one of us is Andy again? Maybe we should put pictures on our backs. This could get boring after a while. Let's see, 3 miles an hour, 3,000 miles to the center of the Earth. Yeah, this'll work. Or maybe t-shirts with funny sayings on the back? It's just, this is really boring. Alright, I'm gonna close my eyes, spin around, and when I open them, I'm gonna try and guess which one of you is Andy. Were the rock walls related to the producer, or were they sleeping with the director? Oh, great. Now I have to pee. Thanks, movie.
Long time ago, the earth above was covered with water.
And when the sea vanished, it left great limestone deposits behind.
Was all this limestone?
Yes.
Well, some of it's
And then the
lemon
water gathered in
limestone.
underground streams and carved out the soft limestone. Drop by drop, year by year, the water dissolved the stone.
Which was still less boring than our walking scenes.
Particle of sediment. That's what formed these columns. About an inch every 1,000 years.
Well, how long did this whole process take?
About 200 million years.
Really? That's very... Do something!
Hello, Coleman. Coleman, bring up the tram. We'll proceed from here.
We left a trail of breadcrumbs. That should work, right?
We're down 100 miles. You better pull up.
Otherwise, we could wind up in the center of the Earth and... Wait a minute. What were we thinking?
It's funny. When we first got here, I felt a sort of exaltation.
Because I was stoned,
Now I
mostly.
feel depressed. I don't know why.
The oxygen content is adequate.
I know. But I too feel suffocated. Maybe it's the unreality of this place.
Well, maybe it's just the milk dud stuck in my windpipe.
You know, once when I was working in the Holland Tunnel, I got cut off from my crew for 10 hours.
Not digging it. I was
I
a
felt
ticket
this way
taker.
then.
We had 10-hour shifts. I'm not sure why I'm telling you this.
I think I know what it is.
Oh no, I think he's gonna sing.
It's loneliness. It's a feeling of a person away from people. I felt it on the top of a mountain in Tibet, in the jungles, and on the Arabian desert.
Of course, I was alone all those times, so...
tying you with humanity has been cut.
It's more than that. People have dignity only in relation to many other people. Alone, a man is as useless as any rock out there.
No, you're both talking nonsense.
Hey, I'll do the riffing, thank you.
Man influences nature. One man, one strong man, can change nature.
When a movie advocating Ayn Rand's radical capitalist philosophy slips into the public domain, is that irony, strictly speaking?
One man standing alone leads the way. Then the sheep follow.
Please, gentlemen.
Well, I'm embarrassed for all of you who call yourself scientists. Swayed by a self-indulgent young fool.
Is it possible you're all grumpy because you forgot to put in a toilet?
I'm going ahead. I hope that by the time you catch up with me, the atmosphere will have cleared the cobwebs from your brains.
No, wait, come back, whichever one you are.
I'd better go with him. It isn't safe for a man to be alone down here.
Ah, he's all right. He's the leader type.
Zing!
I'll go with him anyway. There wouldn't be leaders if there weren't sheep like me to be led.
No, wait, come back, whichever one you are.
I still don't see any sign of Paxton and Coleman.
Attorneys at law.
Well, keep going.
It's like he's looking at the Earth's cleavage.
Gas! Gas!
Yes, but do you think there could be gas?
Paxton and Coleman.
They forgot their gas mask.
Oh, if only they'd had their gas masks. They could have known that there was gas by taking off their gas masks and inhaling deeply and dying. Paxton? Coleman? We've prepared a rebuttal to your objectivism. We cite Nathaniel Braden.
There they are!
This is no time to be looking in your hat. Should we do or check something? I called dibs on his copy of Atlas Shrugged.
Digging a grave 110 miles under the earth.
So, is your PhD in rye observations? Ugh, somebody hit the toxic gas snooze, please? You know, polite people remove their helmets inside the cyclotram. Does anybody want to hear my Arabian desert story again?
We must go on. It's too late to turn back now.
I subletted my apartment and everything. I was really hoping we would have found Fraggles by now. Wait, this is a bowling scorekeeper. No wonder we're not getting anywhere. I shaped these like the Flintstones. I know it has nothing to do with the vitamins, but it just seemed right.
All right, now I'd give $1,000 for a good hamburger. And another 1,000 for onions on it.
Well, that's about what you pay at Epcot. Throw a little crystal light in here. Charge Mr. Moneybags $200 a cup.
Dr. Morley! Our water supply is...
Cut the switches.
Yes, cut all the switches. All of them. Regardless of their purpose.
Polluted by the gas fumes.
Yeah, somebody left it open.
Back there just before Paxton and Coleman took off.
I guess I forgot to close it.
I mean, I guess the dead guys forgot to close it.
An accident. We may never find water again. Now I suppose you'd give $1,000 for a glass of that.
Andy, there's a job to be done. We've got to find water fast, and in this area.
Yeah, I know. We got about a chance in 1,000 of finding it.
That kind of makes colonizing seem a little foolish. Here, water, 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 water. Here, water. You know, this exact same thing happened to Tom Sawyer and Becky Thatcher, except they were trying to get out of the cave, and it was only one short part of a story that went somewhere. Oh, this movie is nothing but people looking for stuff in a cave. It's like the director just hid everyone's car keys, had the cameraman follow him around, and spliced together some story stuff he thought up later. Huh. We spent all that money on a drillmobile. Turns out there's a ladder to the center of the Earth. Who knew?
Andy!
Given the circumstances, shouldn't you have your gas masks?
Andy!
Hello?
You alright?
So far, so good.
I wouldn't say no to a Twizzler, though. Chutes and Ladders, the motion picture. Hey, does water look anything like rocks? Because everything looks like rocks. Okay, we could all dehydrate and die down here. Could it be powdered water?
No water here!
You suck! Would now be a bad time to tell him we brought Gatorade? Chutes and Ladders 2. This time, it's the other direction. Speaking of clips, edit this! Is anybody else bored? Was ladder climbing some kind of craze in the 50s, like hula hoops or swallowing goldfish?
Thing like this is enough to drive a man stark crazy.
Try riffing
No
it.
use. 240 miles inside the Earth.
Yeah, and no water.
What are we gonna do with all that Bisquick we brought? Huh, she just invented the shake weight.
Here. I've been feeding it to the animals.
She's been saving it for an enema? Oh lord, and the drillmobile doesn't have a bathroom. Yes, pour it in as many containers as you have. Lose as much to evaporation as possible.
Go ahead. Enjoy yourself. It doesn't cost a cent.
The other two objectivists dead, he alone fights in defense of rational egoism. Or he's just touchy. Whatever.
This is ridiculous. We have something larger at stake than your personal petty feuding.
Their
Now, you two
personal
can come with us or
pedicuring?
Stay here and kill each other. I'm going out to the cyclotron.
Never mind. I'll go get it.
I don't want to get dehydrated with a perfectly good climate-controlled... Hey, wait, what are we doing? Ugh! There are fundraising walks that don't have this much walking.
There!
throw pennies in this and wish for water.
Oil.
It's a milkshake. Drink it up.
Sounds like running water.
Great, now I have to pee again.
But where's it coming from?
Well, probably water.
Behind the wall!
They do that a little too instinctively. Gotta wonder what they do when they stay in hotels.
It is running water.
Well, why don't we go through the wall of a cyclotron?
No.
That would make sense.
Brother, there's still such a thing as too much butter.
It could be an underground sea.
Andy, bring a couple of heavy hammers.
We're gonna beat some sense into Mr. Moneybags. I've been working on the cave.
What's up, Professor? We think there's water behind that wall. Try breaking it in.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do the hard work. It's not like I just about killed myself on a ladder 10 minutes ago. Alright, I give up. What, does he think he's on Jersey Shore?
I brought 2 hammers, you know.
He's Captain Hammer. It sounds like he's building a bird cage. They should have hired a Foley guy that had hit something before. The Earth just did a spit take. They all run like Edith Bunker. Hachi, the geothermal pressure's coming!
Come in here. Let's take care of that arm.
It might not have been so bad if you were wearing a shirt at the time. Oh, our hair is going to be so frizzy today.
Temperature's rising fast. It's up 280 degrees now.
It looks as if it could go on forever.
Whose theory was it that the center of the Earth wasn't hot? Mine? What was I smoking?
Hold it out there.
I'll just put some water on it. Oh, that's right.
How's the temperature? It's dropping fast.
The outside pressure's dropping too.
Good. Condensation will soon take place.
Condensation party! Woohoo!
There.
You're a pretty good doctor at that.
You're a pretty good patient at that.
Thanks.
Here, put this on.
Ah, you're a pretty good shirt passer. Oh, we forgot the squeegee.
Look! Look at it, there's water!
Yeah, it should be fine. It's not like any of the air turned out to be poisonous. It's not because he's thirsty. He does the same thing at Carvel. Wait, we're filling up on water. Now we're never going to finish our dinner. Oh no, I really don't want to see this movie get trippy. Well, maybe she's water intolerant.
John, are you all right?
Oh yes, I always fall in the— No! These aren't cheap. Try to hold on to that. So, are we gonna worry that the water made her sick, or not, or—
What shall we do now?
We were scheduled for Pictionary, but under the circumstances.
I'll say what's on all of our minds.
Don't try to read our minds, Thompson. Just speak for yourself.
Then I say, let's go back.
And I say go on.
Tomato, tomato.
We've gotten nowhere. Deeper and deeper into nowhere. We've failed.
Did you expect rest stops?
If we turn back now,
Our chances of living would be greater.
If we go on, we're dead.
Or at least we're sweaty.
Dead is Paxton and Coleman.
That's a chance we have to take.
the stakes are high, higher than our lives. They involve the life and death of all mankind.
That's a great speech, but I won't buy it.
Well,
All right.
you paid for it. I'd say you already bought it.
Go back.
Andy?
Go on.
Bauer?
I'm not really allowed to vote. There was this thing with the liquor store, and a gun, and a llama.
Go back.
Go on.
Alright. One potato, two
Seems to
potato.
be a deadlock. I suppose none of us
Brought extra socks.
would like to reconsider.
Doesn't woman suffrage count here?
Were we keeping
What
that?
do you say, Joan?
I say go on, and let's not waste any more time about it.
We were trucking along till you got the vapors, Mary Wollstonecraft. Congratulations on your purchase of a cyclotram, the only underground vehicle rated to 75 feet. We suggest... Oh, no! I'm tired of waiting for this giant Norelco razor to shave my face. I'm gonna go see what the chick's up to. Ah! Knock first! This isn't heroin!
How are those brooms coming along?
How are his brooms coming along?
Oh, I'll get by.
Here.
What's it for?
It creates green energy fields through bright waves. Probably should have mentioned it.
Good luck, Ray. Saved my life in Tibet. Here, take it.
Why give it to me?
Well, I don't want Andy to put out.
Before.
Not 900 miles below sea level.
Then it's about time.
I haven't gotten any since 800 feet. Have I mentioned Andy has bad breath?
There's a highly scientific theory which states that if any man and any woman are cast away anywhere for any length of time, sooner or later they seem to feel in love.
But enough about Tom and Katie.
That's what's happened to you.
If that theory has any value, it should apply to you. Does it?
Oh, I have that taken care of. That humming noise is in the cyclotram.
Well, I guess I need a little more time. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, I'll just avoid him. Wait, trapped in a 10x20 cylinder. Wonderful. So, a thimble full of water apiece and they're good to go. Hey, it's all rocks out there. Who knew? Are we sure that's not charting the number of people who threw stuff at the screen when they paid to see this in the theater?
Say, how about pulling this jalopy level for a minute? Just long enough for us to get out of these straitjackets and stretch.
More cave walking? No! Don't take the wrong turn at Albuquerque.
How much longer is it going to be like this?
Oh, right. What difference does it make?
Plenty. If it's going to be like this the rest of the way, why go on? Why waste time?
Time we could be spending walking around in a cave.
You've never done anything but waste time.
Listen, you meathead.
Stifle.
Just because you're a sandhog that likes to go grubbing around in the ground.
And you're a mountain goat with his head in the clouds.
Stop it, both of you!
I said enough of this.
I haven't had a decent pedicure in weeks, and for what?
I don't know.
The special effects are too amateurish.
It's hot water.
We're out of it.
And to think I almost left my boogie board behind.
This might be what we're looking for.
We are looking to open a tiki bar,
Let's
right?
make a landing and explore the area.
cyclotram an e-ticket?
It's got a high calcium content, but it's drinkable.
Wasn't that the original slogan for Natural Light?
Look what I found!
Think how many hamburgers I could trade these for.
They're cave pearls.
Cave pearls? How much they worth?
Calcium carbonate.
So maybe a couple of sliders?
Well, how about this?
Sulfate of lime. Plaster of Paris.
Professor, you take the romance out of everything.
Making all those snarky comments
Here you
when
are,
we
Doc.
were watching Twilight.
Souvenirs from Haiti. Vacation land of the underworld.
Thank you. Back home, I'll be the envy of every kid on the block.
I'm not so sure, Joe.
On my block, they have a slip and slide.
Turns gray and ugly.
And the flowers?
It'll crumble to dust.
Of course, so will I.
Hey, Professor. How about these fish?
It's a rare species. They're edible, though.
Oh, sure, you'll like his fancy fish.
They have no eyes. I think I'll stick to pills.
They lost their eyes 10 million years ago.
They spent the first 2 million years trying to find them, but with no eyes, they really couldn't.
What kind of a place is this?
Might as well be a hole in the ground. Oh, wait.
Couple of dust in your hands. Stones that look like pearls. Fish without eyes. Nature sure a practical joker.
I suppose you could have done better.
Well, I would have planted some shrubs or something.
Morley believes this is the shelter we've been searching for. A valley of shadows, where life can be sustained. A shelter for humanity. And yet our morale is very low.
I wish I'd brought
What do we
Jenga.
want? A ray or two of sunshine? A change of seasons? Starry night?
A dreary
In
cave?
this
Oh, wait.
graveyard, Morley thinks
We can build a new life right here.
You mean this is what we're looking for?
You'll get used to it.
Well, who wants to get used to it?
Why don't we go on? A little further.
But we've come 1,100 miles already.
And my feet hurt.
We've been through in miles. I say let's go back or go on. But this is no place.
I want fish with eyes or nothing doing.
What is your wish?
We've come so far. Let's go on.
All right, but I still call shotgun. Whee! I keep expecting Burp and Slurp to show up.
Well,
Which way do we go?
Me? What? I don't know.
I suppose we'll have to explore both channels.
It would be nice to have more not dead people along right now.
I'll take the right one. Right? You take the other.
Why me?
I've been saying that since
I'll
this
tell you
movie
why.
started.
I'm sick of taking your orders.
That's the trouble with you, Thompson. That's all you do is take, you never give.
Without me, there wouldn't have been any expedition.
Well, that's not enough. It's time you gave something yourself and not your pocketbook.
Andy.
Why are your pants so high?
We might as well get started.
I'll show him. I'll bet my cave has a pool and a pinball machine. Yeah. Looks like they're walking into the eye sockets of the Hall of Doom. Yeah, I'll bet he hasn't found any cool rock walls like these. Whoa! He had to duck his head. For this movie, that's an action scene. Should they be making chalk marks or unwinding a string behind them or... Meanwhile, in a place that is in no shape, way, or form distinct from anywhere else we've seen... Oh, those were his good school pants. How far in the cave were they? Did he make it 10 yards before he fell? Oh, it's you.
Hold it.
Alright. First I gotta make sure this rock doesn't get away. It seems like a really cool rock. I don't want to lose it. Now, about my eyeless fish. They were good, weren't they? That's right. I bet you'd pay $1,000 for an eyeless fish sandwich right now. Maybe another 1,000 for the tartar sauce, right? Climb every mountain, even if you could just throw the rope and let the klutz pull himself up. Why did he bring a croquet mallet? I'm not looking at your butt, just climb! All that money on the drillmobile and they went cheap on the rope? I'm sorry, I told Joan you have a skin condition that was highly contagious and blamed it on you every time I farted, and you didn't lose your nice pen in the caves, the one your parents gave you for confirmation. I took it off the table when you left it there to go get coffee. The more I think about it, the more I think spelunking just isn't the thing for me.
You're supposed to be taking it easy.
Yeah, because of my bird arm!
Listen to me, Wright. You've been like this for days. How long can you keep it up?
Hey-o.
He didn't like me any more than I liked him. Yet he saved my life.
It doesn't help brooding over it.
He's still all smooshed and gooey,
Saving my life.
He did what he believed was right.
despite all empirical evidence to the contrary.
My trouble was, I never believed in anything.
Well, I went through a healing power of crystals phase, but...
You can start now.
Is he using the death of a man due to his carelessness to pick up chicks? Tom Cruise's character in Magnolia would say that's cold.
Morley wants to go back to that Valley of the Shadows he liked so much.
I want to go somewhere different this year.
Good enough.
What do you want to do?
I too want to go back. But all the way back.
Back in the USSR. That's where I'm from,
Now
right?
that Andy is dead, we've got to go on. We've got to, until we find what we're after. If we fail, then we can talk about going back.
There's 4 of you left. You're defining failure as...
Over there.
Oh, sure. Let the guy who can't put one foot in front of the other drive the drillmobile. Says here Andy understudied in the traveling production of Miss Saigon. Looks like Bob Hope's profile caricature.
This must be a continuation of the other river.
Or a different river. Or a lake.
No,
Did I
I
mention
think
I
it's just a
flunked
secret
everything
spot.
in college?
What's that?
Is there a mouse in here?
Look! It's like daylight!
You heard light? You didn't find any mushrooms in one of those caves and take a little nibble, did you? It turned out to be glowing lava. They stepped out into it and they all died. The end. Sorry, this is just getting a little rough. Hey, don't go chasing that. They drilled down into a Frederick Church landscape. This is my happy face. Well, that just chased the old existential crisis blues right away.
It's like a dream after a terrible nightmare.
With some awake time in the interim, of course. Sorry, I forgot how sleeping worked for a minute there.
Promised land.
They do know you can't eat a waterfall, right? no! That was the switch for my pacemaker! Ah! The end.
We have discovered a radiant cavern deep within the earth. Along the shores of this incredible cave lies a great underground sea, gathering up the waters of the earth.
Looks like a point-of-view shot from inside a Jabba the Hutt costume.
Fluorescent domes. The glowing peaks are weathered and sharp, and the gullies deep. The wind is soft, and the climate pleasant.
And the rent is very
Rise
reasonable,
up into the bright dome, forming luminous clouds.
which are certainly safe to inhale. Looks like Airwolf could just come out of the top of that one.
The area is rich in chemical resources.
So,
That means
beryllium
power
for
is
everybody.
plenty, according to Bauer. And Wright says a real estate boom is on.
Yeah, just follow the trail of dead bodies. Ran out of tobacco after the first 900 miles. You had to start smoking Dr. Morley's ear hair clippings.
Well, you got a match?
Sure, sure.
Got some ear hair clippings?
How you coming, Professor?
Don't interrupt. I'm trying to make absinthe from spring water limestone in my own pee.
Small wonder. They're expecting in a couple of weeks.
I never touched her! Oh, sorry, force a habit.
All of the rabbits?
No, silly. Just the lady rabbit.
Tell me more.
Well, when a boy rabbit and a girl rabbit start out with contrived antagonism,
Explorations and surveys of the surrounding area continue.
look, sir, droids.
Morley and Thompson have set out toward the southeast to investigate the land and its potentialities.
But for some reason they dressed up to test microchips. So nobody's worried that the sky glows in the dark.
Strange kind of sand.
That's not sand, that's volcanic ash.
Duh.
The ash will make good fertilizer for our crops.
Crops.
Like hemp?
Let's face facts, Morley. This is a desert.
And they were eaten by a sandworm, the end.
And you talk about crops.
It can be irrigated. This country has everything. Water, soil, air, heat.
Yeah, you're
Seeds?
forgetting one thing, though. No sunlight.
Science can adjust that. Crops can thrive without sunlight.
I had a roommate who tried that in college. Had to keep all my sweaters in a cardboard box under my bed to make room in the closet for grow lamps. And this is where I'm going to put the Walgreens.
What sort of species is it?
It's the fossil remains of a species of lungfish. He breathed by means of both lungs and gills.
I know what a lungfish is,
He came out
Grandpa.
of the sea 400 million years ago. He was the ruler of the animal kingdom. With his lungs, he was a pioneer.
But with his testicles, he was more of a homebody.
How did they become extinct?
Like some of us on Earth, they seem to hurry the process of extinction.
Also, the dinosaurs ate them.
Let's get out of here.
Dear Diary, if I have one more wrinkled old man explain something boring to me, I'm going to tear a post off of one of those rabbit cages and shove it straight up.
This is the day, right?
This is what day?
Canary swallowing day?
Expecting the first litter of rabbits.
Well, who's going to pass the cigars around?
You apparently don't realize the importance of it.
Have you ever tasted
By observing
Hassenpfeffer?
the rabbits, we've already learned that they respond to nature basically as we do, as any mammal does.
With nose
From their
twitches.
young born today, we can predict how our own young will respond in the new world.
Dr. Morley, Bauer.
Come on.
You go ahead. I'll get plenty of hot water.
Just like in Fatal Attraction.
Well, how many boy rabbits and how many girl rabbits? Huh?
And how many VW rabbits?
What's the matter?
Are we sure something's the matter? That looks just like her elated face.
Joan, what's the matter?
They're dead. They're all born dead.
Huh, that's horrible. So, slippers?
I can't understand.
You'd think they just stayed under a giant glowing light source.
There must be some cause, some biological reason.
Certainly not because phosphorescence in the absence of sunlight is usually charged by radioactivity.
Our investigations have been checked, tests rechecked.
But the rabbits remain dead for some reason.
Examination of genetic tissue proves that all experimental animals born here are sterile.
And dead, which is about as sterile as you get.
You know what this means?
I'm not getting earmuffs.
New world. A haven for the dead.
This is the end of the line.
Ask not for whom the bunny
Now we know that
tolls.
the human race cannot reproduce itself in this underworld region.
It appears our mission is a failure.
Then we can't stay here.
My boy's gotta swim.
One generation could.
And after that, what?
The end of humanity.
Yay! No, wait.
That I won't accept.
Neither can you run away from facts.
One sterile generation instead of taking your chances with the A-bomb? I think you're more in the realm of opinion. Hey, is that Death? Playing chess with a rabbit? Oh, that explains it!
I've always run away. Climbing mountains. Trying to prove something. I don't know what.
You were a mountain climber?
I
You killed
too
a guy
ran
because you
away.
couldn't walk down a path in a
Instead of
cave and you
fighting.
climbed mountains?
Now, I've run away again.
And I was always afraid I couldn't compete in a man's world. I think I want to go back and try again.
Enter that hairy chest contest and
back
give it
down
my
what?
all.
To a world bent on self-destruction, we can live the rest of our lives here in peace.
Morley, you're wrong. This isn't peace. This is a resting place for the living dead. I don't believe it's the end of the world. I don't believe it's the end of mankind.
You're young. You don't know.
You won't find
I've
out
lived
until
through
you
the perils of
grow.
two great wars. I've had enough.
Lightning? Lightning. Underground. Okay, if Captain Marvel or Thor does not show up in 30 seconds, I'm calling shenanigans.
Take cover! Escape the trap!
Looks like Paul Bunyan is making a Tom Collins. Well, on the bright side, we may have found out what happened to the lungfish. Kind of puts that whole dead rabbit thing in perspective, doesn't it? Okay, you know that game where the ground is hot lava? Well, it is! I think the minnow's bobbing around out there. If you don't like the weather at the Earth's core, just wait 5 minutes. How many places can they see from this one spot? I feel like I forgot something. Can't think of what it was. Everyone gave Thompson such a hard time over the water screw-up. Don't want to think what they're gonna say about this.
Secure the hedge! Quick and small!
Maybe I should have concentrated in one of the humanities. My freakishly Logias will protect me. Okay, somebody put some baking soda in the engine.
Take over!
There's a very good chance I'm going to hurl. Tiny bubbles. You ever get that sinking feeling?
Something's wrong!
Somebody moved the seat up and left it that way. Oh, that's right, gravity. Be careful what you wish for. Underwater, no one can hear you scream, unless they have sonar, or an underwater microphone. So, is water pressure going to be a problem, or not? The drill bit looks like something I used to assemble my O'Sullivan bookcase.
We are lost.
Granted, we were never exactly on an itinerary to begin with.
We're in a blind alley. Ever since we started, we've been in a blind alley.
We can't bury ourselves in the earth and expect to live.
Or keep the rabbits from
Maybe
exploding.
that's the secret. Morley understood.
Strange. We didn't know it before.
Ugh, this pressure is killing my nipple piercing.
Afraid of death.
I was afraid of life.
I was claustrophobic. Wait, what was I thinking? The water washed the paint off the resin miniature, and they just kept filming. You know, I'm going to die a watery death, but gosh darn it, these chairs are comfy. If I had a chair like this in my office, I might have lightened up on the whole atomic war thing. Is it an attractor beam? Hey, resin's buoyant. Lucky break. My Pinewood Derby car had more realistic detail. Oh, now the altimeter's broken. What else can go wrong? Look! The radio! We're picking up Kim Commando! Is the ship rising, or is the ocean emptying into the big glowy place? Because the second one would be a bad thing. Perhaps the answer is in my dishwasher warranty.
We're above the level of the underground sea.
Okay, we're all clear on the depth, right?
We found the channel.
They keep moving, BBC America. The movie literally flatlined. Rising up, straight to the top. We'll just assume they're doing cardio workouts to prevent the bends. Or sitting in the same spot for the last 1,000 miles of ascent. Okay. Play Find the Fish. Looks like they carved that out of soap. The fish have eyes, the pearls are worth money, the rabbits breed like rabbits, and all is right in the world. That palm tree needs a posture pal.
The universe is still in harmony.
Yep, we're fine.
There's life on that island. People!
I feel like I'll live forever.
Well, this movie was an hour, and I feel like I've lived forever. Portions were filmed in Carlsbad Caverns. Other portions were filmed in a rock garden. Still other portions were filmed in the executive producer's bathtub. Sorry to wreck the illusion, folks. Thanks for watching.